It's Friday, 28th of April, 2023, and welcome to Fully Charged Live South. It just gets bigger each year. This is Fully Charged Live South 2023. So it's the 28th of April today. It's also on tomorrow and Sunday up until the 30th of April. And there is so much to see. I mean, I've been a follower of Fully Charged for many years, and this show now is probably one of the biggest events if you're into EVs or considering buying an EV and just into cars, because we've got some really new, cool cars I'm looking at just down here, which are being shown in the UK for the first time. We're about to see the launch of the BYD Dolphin. I'm not laughing. So this show's just getting bigger and bigger. There's so much to see. So in this video, we'll try and give you a bit of a look around, show you just some of the stuff that's here. Some stuff outside. The weather's a little bit bleak, but it is improving. It should be dry for the weekend as well. Plus there's exhibition halls down here with just tons to see. So we'll try and give you a tour in this one. If you do miss this event, if you can't get down to Farnborough this weekend, there will be Fully Charged in the north in the end of May in Huddersfield, and then they've got tour dates throughout the year and even going into next year now, and even in different countries as well. So it really has grown in scale, but that means there's just tons of really cool stuff to see. So let's try and give you a quick look around.
This represents an immense, if nothing else, challenge to the existing European automotive sector.
Okay, so just had the unveiling of the BYD Dolphin. This is coming out later this year. It's going to be a 60 kilowatt hour, fairly compact hatchback. It's just a bit bigger than the Ford Fiesta, a bit smaller than the VW Polo. Blade battery, nice cost-efficient pricing, we should say, but it's really good premium quality inside. I think the outside maybe is quite subdued, but the inside's really got some nice touches. So we'll try and get a chance to do a really good full review video of this car if we get the chance to get around it. It's going to attract in a lot of attention because it's actually pretty good. And this is the inside of the BYD. We'll try and do another video covering this car in a bit more detail, because the inside of this really is very, very reasonable indeed. Just nice mixtures of materials and finishes. It feels good quality. And of course, you've got this rotating screen here, which looks to be excellent resolution, nice and fast software, lovely seats. It's good, really good. Right, keep your eye on these guys, BYD. You might never have heard of them before. BYD stands for Build Your Dreams. And this is not some new small startup company. This is a massive China-based company that have been producing batteries for many years. And they've got an increasing large product lineup. Now, some of those might include names like Seagull, Seal, and the Dolphin. And you might think those are rather strange names to have all these marine creatures in your product lineup, but at least it's getting everyone talking about it. And there's some very interesting points. The battery technology is interesting, which don't use cobalt. Lots of cars coming out, good value. Now, some of these, they're quite, modest on the outside, but they've got some really interesting details on the inside. And so we're going to be seeing a lot more from these guys. And the rain's coming down, but we're now racing across to the Ora stand where there's another unveiling. We just had the BYD, now it's on to Ora. Okay. We were just allowed to grab a few minutes with that car, so we've just made a separate video on this new Ora, and we'll get it online soon, so make sure you're subscribed if you want to see that. Let's say, it's going to divide opinion.
You'd love to try that, wouldn't you?
Yes, absolutely. Good muddy off-road course with that. Who wouldn't want to have a go? They've even got a Rivian R1T here, and these are just brilliant. I want one badly. Don't really need one, but it's one of those cars you just want. Now, I have done videos on this car. I have driven this car in America, and I have done a walk around review on it as well. So check out other videos. It's about a year ago, but also put a link in the description below if you remember, and check out me driving one of these on a runway and off-road. And this is the Ford F-150 Lightning. I can't wait to get my hands on one of these. Really looking forward to it. It is a bit of a big beast for UK roads. I mean, the scale of what we have is very different to the States. This is a big beast. I mean, over there is a Rivian, and this is sort of notably bigger than that. And I've got a Ford Ranger pickup truck, which is a pretty big truck for the UK, and this is considerably bigger than that. But, it's cool. I like it. Looking forward to getting my hands on one of these, having a good test of it. And we got the Lotus Electra. Look at it, it is just a gorgeous thing. And actually when you're up close, you see a lot of really nice details about it as well. So some beautiful lines, some beautiful like air ducts. Never thought I'd be saying those words. Some really nice details. So let's show you just a few quick shots of this. If we get the chance to have a look around this in a bit more detail, we'll do another video, but it's one of the most popular cars here. Everyone's swarming around it, quite rightly. It's a beautiful thing. And here we have the Fisker Ocean. And apparently this is due in the UK hopefully by the end of this year. So Fisker is back. The Fisker Ocean should be in the UK. Let's see if we can get a look inside it. So the power's shut down on this car because it's on display and the seats doesn't move, but let's have a look at the back anyway. So let's see what we think. I've got a nice height between the floor and the seat. I've got quite good headroom, but you want to have a look at this roof. The underside of the Solar, and this has got to be one of the coolest things. Oh, yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot.
It's like you're in a prison.
I mean, the Solar, when you have Solar roofs like this, it doesn't do a great deal to charge the car, but what they usually are good at is preventing what we call vampire loss, where you just lose a bit of energy each day. So in here, flat floor, you feel like it's quite practical, functional. It's a very flat base seat, which actually won't offer much support, but it will be good for car seats. There's a button here to probably drop the back seat here. But it's the roof. It's all about the roof. It's cool. I quite like that, but it feels quite simple inside. Pop-out door handles like a Jaguar I-Pace, and this is the height of it. I'm 6 foot, that's fair. So mid-size. Okay, here we have the Fisker Ocean. So there's no power on this car because it's shut down as it's on display, but we can see we've got one big vertical tablet here, kind of Mustang Mach-E. I like the way this control panel here is actually slightly separated. Have a look at the details there. Looks like a couple of phone chargers, cup holder, armrest, storage in here. What's this all about? What's this? There we go. I can go down the motorway.
Can you?
With a sandwich. Yeah, well, if I could adjust the seat back a little bit, I'd be...
Seat or adjust your eating habits.
Here we go. Look at that. Sandwich. Driving down the motorway. So there's some really cool features I like about this car. Sandwich tray, yeah. And the roof, right. The bathroom, right, we've got to go and get that. This is the Karma. It's a nice textured materials, I like it. And there's also one of those things in the apron here which probably looks at what your eyes are doing. Okay, someone's revving in the bath, gotta go. So, it's all about this with the bath Scorpionissima. What do you think? It's just a speaker up behind here. So, we see some cars with these noises. What do you think of it? That is it. It's pretty cool, I think. Based on the sound we just heard there, what do you think is the best? The Abarth, BMW i4 also has a Hans Zimmer noise, and we've got the Taycan, which is best. Those three really had this one, yeah. Yeah, pretty cool. You can imagine this, like on a winding Italian road. Yeah, you know, Italian job style. Or just in the rain in like Milton Keynes. It's probably what'll happen, won't it? It's a cool little thing. But I want to see something, right? When I drove a Fiat 500 from Edinburgh to Bournemouth, and you want to see that, check out our other videos. There was one major issue. I think it's a really cute car. I like it. I like a lot of design touches about it. However, what I would say is there was nowhere to put my left foot, and I think that's still the problem here. Is, yeah, just a lack of left foot space. And I just wish they could solve that, because then you'd have a brilliant little cool package. But yeah, that's a bit awkward. It's okay for whizzing around town, it's a perfect city car, but when you're on a long journey, that was really the main gripe with it. But there's no doubt this is a pretty cool little car.
That's nice.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's all right. Come on, get in.
All right, let's get it in. Where's the luggage go? Let's get the luggage in. Yeah, I'm in.
Open the door again, there's just a small button behind here.
Okay, cool. Lovely. This is me and Gints in the micro lino. The micro. Hey, actually, this is all right.
It's fine.
What's going on here? This is a tiny little thing. On the inside, this feels completely different to how it looks on the outside, doesn't it? I think it's all right. And everyone's looking at us like, those weirdos. It's actually okay.
The brake is dead completely. Is that supposed to be like that?
Well, you can't drive it.
Why not?
Well, because it was on a stand. Imagine you just shot forward now.
I can probably put in the...
It's pretty cool. So
There's a scooter in the rest as well.
a Swiss company, made in Italy. And I think this is it's a tiny, tiny car, like the old BMW Rosetta, but it's actually okay in here. There's two of us sat in here quite comfortably. Got some luggage down in front of me as well.
I'm pressing some buttons.
What have you got? It's got sport mode?
We got sports mode now. We're on sports mode.
Production number 437. Sports mode on. Some heater controls there.
How many wheels we have? 3 or 4?
I haven't looked.
I don't know. Can we zip it over?
It rocks around, but it's pretty good. The view out here is pretty good. Everyone's looking at us. And then to open the front, there's a switch under here. This is the thing. Where's it gone?
Just
He said there's a...
towards the right.
I can't get out. Here we go. This is what it's about. How's that? Now, why didn't you get out first, Gins?
I just don't want to. I could.
You're going to stay there. Right, hold the bag, and I'm going to expand myself out. That's the nice way to get out of this. There we go.
So it comes with a Bluetooth speaker as well.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
We're now a bit trying to figure out if people are...
It's 4 wheels. 4 wheels, yeah. Okay, now get out whilst holding the camera. This is going to be worth filming all day long. Come on, get back in there, get back in there.
Look at that. Just get out. It's very cool.
Always a matter of, okay, are the volumes there yet, etc. So
I think it's a cool little thing though, isn't it?
this and then see how it goes.
Look at the luggage. Now, did they drive it all the way here? This is the big new electric Jeep. Except it's not big at all. It's a tiny wee little Jeep. It's like a little toy.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm just seeing it's a Jeep. Surely it's got to be 4-wheel drive.
Is it?
No, don't think so. No, they haven't done anything.
Front-wheel drive.
Yeah, it's probably the Stellantis group car, so it's probably got the same platform as chassis. I should know this stuff really, but things like the E208 and VW Vauxhall Mocha. So, as you see, like this is normally the height of a Jeep, and then this is actually a Jeep, so it's got a Jeep badge. It kind of looks like a Jeep when you're further away. I actually like the look of it. It's actually a good-looking car. But then you realise it's actually a little wee diddy little thing, so I don't know, I kind of quite like it. Let's see what the size is like inside though. It's a bit vertical. Headroom. It's a small Jeep, isn't it? It's not a very big Jeep, is it?
They've just shrunk it down.
It has, yeah. So, kind of, oops, take the mat out. There we go. It's got a Jeep badge, but actually,
It's not a Jeep.
it's not a Jeep. It's got, this is like Peugeot E208.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, Stellantis shared parts there. Plasticky there. Well, I'm sitting pretty comfortably in the front. I could do with going back a little bit. There we go. That's kind of where I'd like to sit. Let's see what the space is like behind me. Space behind the seat that's comfortable for me. Actually, I didn't think it'd be that easy. I could do a bit more room to get a foot in and out of here. The same as the Peugeot E208. I remember that issue there. But it does a job. Yeah, it's quite a funky little car there, so I quite like it. See what we've got for boot space. Ooh, powered tailgates. Nice, easy loading. Floor there, a little bit of storage underneath, of course, some adventure gear because this is obviously an off-road Jeep. I've got salad wrap.
Yeah.
With just a bit of chicken. It's a salad wrap, isn't it? Just a side of chicken flavour. But look, I could be eating a burger or McDonald's. No, shh. What they like. Ain't getting used cars, mate. And Subaru are joining the game now with the all-new Solterra. So let's have a little quick look around it. Yep, it's got front 4 doors, it's got wheels, and it's square at the back. It's got a boot, seats fold, boot goes beep. So this is the inside. What are we going to say? It's kind of familiar to any kind of Toyota Lexus owner, I think, probably. We've got this driver display kind of set back as kind of a distinctive design there. There's a little strip here which are probably kind of infrared things, checking my eye movement, and I'm concentrating on the road. Multifunction steering wheel, it's actually quite a small steering wheel. And then kind of a big middle screen and a big kind of center console, which is quite a long way up with some storage underneath it. Kind of plasticky, got some texture up here. Yeah, it's an interior. Ioniq 5 digital wing mirrors, let's have a look. There we go. Ta-da. Right, so we've all kind of been around the Ioniq 5 for a while now. It's a very bold design when it came out, and I really applaud Hyundai for being so bold. Some people like it, some don't, but I think generally it's gone down really well, and actually they've had a lot of appreciation for that. But now we've got the Ioniq 6, so following you around here, what do you think of this latest offering from Hyundai? I think again it will divide opinion, but at least it's different. Come around the back, this is the bit that kind of gets people talking the most. Now, what do you make of this? Aerodynamic, yes. Porsche-like, I can see what they're doing there, but that's a Marmite car. You might like it, you might not like it. It looks different, it should be aerodynamic, so it should be an efficient car. And it seems to be getting a lot of interest. I know a lot of people that are showing interest in buying one of these.
Do you like it?
If I'm honest, it's not for me. I've got to be honest, it's not for me, but at least it's something different. And again, I do applaud people that try something different. And I do know of some people that got orders in for one of these, they're much looking forward to getting it. So I think like the Ioniq 5, it might be a bit of a shocker to begin with, but then everyone actually quite appreciates it. So let's see what happens. My first ever car was a Land Rover Series 2A, and it's interesting to see now even the good old Land Rovers are getting these electric conversions, keeps them on the road, keeps them easy to run, and I think it's good, more power. So this is the Munro, look at this beast. Munro, a company based up in Scotland, and they are building these and getting them into production. So they're doing a limited series first, and they're really for kind of commercial and agricultural use. And I just think it's fantastic. What do you think? It's an awesome thing, isn't it? So this isn't your school run car, and they're going to have to consider things as it goes into more mass production about passenger protection, airbags and such like. But let's look at it, it's great. It's got a single motor, it still has a gearbox, goes through to actual prop shafts to split it out, four-wheel drive of course, loads of actual articulation, got centre diff lock, front and rear diff locks. It will go pretty much anywhere, won't it? Very much commercial and agricultural use, so you can put your shackles on here, put animals in the back, load it up, make a mess of it, hose it down, and I think it's brilliant and I really want one. I want to have a go in one, that's for sure. It's good, isn't it? This thing looks tough, and it is tough. I mean, even these doors are just solid things, and it's like these are bulletproof, armour-plated things. They are. This is proper commercial use. You can throw a hammer at the side of this. I love things like this, just how good that is. That's proper metal there, proper metal handle. Everything's just screwed together. A proper nuts and bolts car. That's great. I can't wait to have a go in one of these. This is the Maxus MIFA 9 with. Looks like two reversing cameras, doesn't it? So proper like family wagon by the look of it. Let's have a look. Oh, hello. Hello. Hello, Gint. Wasn't expecting some of this.
What? Now we talking?
No. This was in disguise, wasn't it? This was in disguise. I wasn't expecting this at all.
See you later.
See you later, pal. Now, I've got to admit, when I walked up to the front of this car, I didn't really pay much attention. And I thought, oh gosh, what's that? You know, it's not the prettiest thing. But then I got inside it and have a look at this. I mean, this is passenger comfort. What the hell?
Back as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a touchscreen here, and then I've got buttons here. The power's off, I think, or is it? The seats recline and stuff, and there's tables. There's tables that come out like an aircraft. This is like business class travel. Not I'd know. It seems to recline and there's footrest, but I think the power's shut down on the car. But wow, this is quite good. We'll show the outside in a minute because you might be surprised, but it's got more seats behind. But this is the kiddie. There's a touchscreen here. I don't know anything about this car. I've got no idea what range and battery size and power or any of that kind of stuff. So let's go and find out.
There we go.
Is it operational?
Yeah. Climate control.
Oh, here we go.
Just unlock it.
This car is... Oh, low. Hello. Ventilated, heated.
You okay there?
This is something else, this car.
And there's a place to put your feet as well. That's cool.
A place to put my feet there. I think the whole thing go back. And there's a footrest thing here, but I don't know how to do that.
Well, you have to do it, come on.
Extend. Oh, hang on. It's sliding to the left. What's going on?
Why are you sliding to the left?
Oh, check this out. What's going on? Oh, yes. Is this somebody else doing this? This is now extending out. How many motors are in this seat alone? It's like a transformer. It moved left and right. Well, good night, everyone. I've never known a car like it. This is fantastic. Are you with this car? This is moving. How many motors has this seat got in it? Holy moly, Gents. So this is the front of the Maxus Mifa 9. Okay, I don't know. It's probably not the prettiest car. It's probably not the most elegant. I don't know how aerodynamic this is. Maybe if this was kind of all black or something, it'd look pretty mean, wouldn't it? I mean, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd be happy with this vehicle because I'd be in those back seats if I could possibly help it. They're usually the best. Let's go and check out what the price is here. About £64,000 including VAT. Well, I don't know, do I give this a bit of the star of the show surprise of the show? Because this one here, we wouldn't think much, but it's fantastic. And who'd have known, we're right next to an airport. Nope, sorry mate, how you going, you're all right? Crashing into each other. Of course, big problem for a lot of people is charging their car if they do not have off-street parking in a driveway. There are some solutions coming out there, and I think this is a brilliant one. So this is Ian, CEO of Trojan. Ian, over to you for a quick explanation and demonstration of how this works.
Okay, so we have charge points that are flat and flush with the pavement. You can walk over them, you can drive over them, you could, they're rated at the same rating as a manhole cover. When you want to charge, each customer has their lance, and they can plug the lance into the charge point where it's going to lock in place, and then they can plug their own cable into the lance and plug into their car, and they can get charged up. Usually it's 7 kilowatts, but if you've got a 22 kilowatt supply, you can get charged at 22 kilowatts.
And this wouldn't belong to the person, so when you plug this in, it knows it's you and will charge it to you.
Yeah.
And so very briefly, this is going to be quick. You can either take the power supply from the home or possibly via a separate grid connection if the council agree to it.
Yeah, we can deploy up to 15 charge points on a street with a new grid connection up to 100 metres away in a cabinet, or from your house, in the same way that you would tie in a driveway charger.
So imagine if a council doing new pavement, they fit loads of these in,
Yeah.
and then those people who park along that road have one of these. Job done.
Exactly, job done. What people tell us is they want to park and charge right outside their homes.
Yeah.
If you have a driveway, you'll do 90% of your charging there.
Yeah.
This is making it just as easy for people that park on street.
And often if you're in the city, you don't need to charge every night anyway, but then
No,
once a week
exactly.
and you got one of these.
Yeah.
So a really good idea, great solution. I think we'd like to do a video review another day where we go into this a bit more
Absolutely,
detail.
but if you want more detail, come to trojan.energy and you'll get a lot more. You can sign up and get more information about our chargers.
Thank you, Ian.
Yep,
Brilliant
all the
idea.
best.
Speak to you soon.
Cheers,
Okay, we're coming towards the end of the day now. Our feet ache and our batteries are dying on cameras. But I hope you've enjoyed that kind of brief view of just some of the stuff here. So if you can make this event, great. If not, make one of the future fully charged events, because there really is a lot to see. So whether you've got an EV or thinking about getting into EVs, or you just want to see some cool new stuff and where technology is going in the automotive sector, then I think it's definitely worth coming to. So, hope it's been useful. Feeling tired, I'm going to head off soon. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video very soon. Stay subscribed, hit the bell icon. See you then.